Buying a house can be the most important and costly financial decision of your life, but is renting can actually make you more money than buying a house. Let's explore. A couple years ago, someone came to my place and said, "Wow, it's a nice place. Did you buy it?" And when I told him, "No, I'm renting," I saw the confusion in his face because as a society, we are conditioned in this one belief that all successful people own their house and not renting. And it's just not the case, especially in today's world. And in this video, I want to walk you through the math so you can do it yourself. Is renting a house can actually make you significantly wealthier than owning it, so you can make a calculated decision, not based on emotion, not based on the social pressure, but based on math. My name is Vitaly Dubinin. I'm the founder of Cashflow Passive, and let's go. So let's begin with the false belief that renting is just throwing money away. My mom used to say to me all the time, "Why you're throwing this money away?" I can understand the logic in this idea, because why rent when you can use the same money for down payment, for the payment plan on your own house? However, this is not so complete, because when you're renting, what you're actually doing is buying the flexibility in case you need to move, your career change, your job change. You need to move and explore a different city. You're not locked into place. You're buying simplicity of it all, and you're buying the freedom from avoiding the hidden costs that can come with buying the house. And instead of the down payment, think about the opportunity cost, the alternatives to use this money and invest it in the market. Even with a small return of 7% a year, it can double it in 10 years, and instead of going to your house. Okay, so treat rent as a lifestyle cost and invest aggressively the difference. You can even buy a rental property that will produce you a cash flow, or invest otherwise, but it's not necessary for you to buy a home. This brings me to the next principle. Most people say, "I want equity in my house." But what they don't understand is that majority of the money in the first 10 years can actually go to paying interest rate. I'll give you an example. On a $500,000 house with 7% interest rate and 30 years mortgage, the first 10 years, majority of the money goes to pay interest rates, and total, you will pay $590,000 in interest payments alone, more than the cost of the entire house. Okay, so people don't really understand what's called amortization tables, and you'll be in shock to find out what's the total cost of ownership, TCO, how much you're actually paying for this house, including all the mortgage payments, all the interest rate. You will be shocked to find out that you can be paying triple the price of your house. So always separate emotional equity from financial reality and look at the amortization table to see how much you're actually paying if you consider taking a mortgage. Now, the mortgage payments is only the beginning. The total cost of home ownership adds up fast. Think about property taxes, insurance, maintenance, closing fees, transaction fees can actually add hundreds of thousands of dollars into home ownership. So when you think about it realistically, you can expect 1 to 3% a year of the value of the property in all of these maintenance, repairs, and fees over the course of owning it. So on a $500,000 property, that can easily be $10,000 in yearly cost. So most people, they just look at the monthly number, how much monthly they're paying for this home. They don't look at the bigger picture, the total cost of ownership with all the fees included. And that's why this is one of the most expensive blind spots in personal finance. And this brings me to the next point. Opportunity cost is the real game. And this is the part that almost nobody talks about, because every dollar that is tied to your home is a dollar that cannot be used and invest it somewhere else and compounding year after year. You see, while you may be busy paying the mortgage payments, you can use this money and consistently invest it in such a thing as an index fund and produce 10 or even 12% per year, compounding over 10 years. That can mean a difference of over $1 million or more, depending on your situation. So ask yourself what this money could earn you if it wasn't locked into a house. So when does it make sense to buy a house? I'm not anti-home ownership. There is a lot of valid reasons for you to want to buy a house. You want that family stability. You want to be in a great neighborhood with great school for your kids, and you want to say to yourself, I'm a homeowner. I get it. But a lot of people, they buy a home because they want to feel successful, not because it actually strengthens their financial situation. So when you buy a house is when you can actually afford it, meaning you can buy the majority of it, if not all of it, in cash or in a bank wire, boom, and it is done. Or at least 60, 70, 80%. But when you pay a mortgage over 30 years, that's not good at all. Try to pay it in like 3 years, maybe 5 years max if you really want to own a house. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video and you'll decide for yourself whether to buy a house or to rent a house based on math and clarity and not based on cultural pressure. It's been Vitaly Dubinin. If you want to learn a system, a simple system that you can turn your income into lasting wealth, then download my free guide, 5 steps to turn your income into lasting wealth and passive cash flow. And remember that it is your decisions that will determine your financial destiny. Decide with clarity and build wealth with confidence.